everyone, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. This video is the first in a couple of series of hauls from L3. I'm going to split up the videos because I really don't want it to be a couple of hours long. I have 3 large UPS sized orders to film over the next couple of days from L3. I have had them for about a week, a little over a week. I haven't had a chance to sit down and film since really last weekend, but I wanted to just talk about these. This is a mixture of a couple RTS sales, the pre-order from March, and I don't even remember what else. I have been getting UPS-sized orders since Jen announced her closure back in March. I know Jay posted in the group yesterday, joking that his customs order is coming UPS, and he just had to live on tuna and water for a while. But so I commented back that I've been getting UPS orders for a while now, honey. So okay, like I said, these are several RTSs together. This is part 1 of probably 2, maybe 3. One of my boxes is really heavy, so I might have to split that into a couple of videos. I do have another round of customs that the team's working on now. I was a little late getting my order into Jen for some obvious reasons of the last few weeks of my life, if you know what I'm talking about. But here we go. Let's have some fun on this Saturday night and talk about some wax. Okay. If you are an L3 lover like myself, you're probably increasing the size of your orders, if you're able to. And, with me, the other vendors that I do buy from, they're really only open a few times a year. And I'm sad, along with a lot of other people out there in our community, about L3 closing. But I also understand Jen has to do the best for her and her health, because health is the number one priority that we have to make in our life. So I do understand and support her decision. With that, it doesn't mean that it's easy for us, but my orders have been increasing, and my husband is well aware that they are pretty big. First one here I want to talk about is Lemon Lime Frosty Fizzly Bubbly. So this is one that is very refreshing. And Lemon Lime Frosty Fizzly Bubbly, I asked Jen and Trish, what is the difference between Fizzy Pop or fizzy soda and Frosty Fizzly Bubbly? And Trish, if I remember this correctly, Trish says Fizzy Pop is more of a effervescence, definitely can get it in your nose, whereas Frosty Fizzy Bubbly is more of a Sprite. So it makes sense that this is blended well with lemon lime. What this one smells like here is it doesn't have, if you've ever smelled Fizzy Pop, if you are a person that likes fizzy stuff, I know not everybody does, you really can smell the bubbles in, and I don't know how they do it, but you can smell the bubbles in the Fizzy Pop. This here, it's more of it's less potent of the effervescence, but you can still smell like it's sizzling. It's kind of, this is a bad comparison, but if you've ever put Alka-Seltzer down in a glass and it fizzes for a while, then shuts up, it's kind of like that, where it's not something that has a lot of acidity to it, where if you put your nose over a glass of soda that you just poured, it kind of burns your nose. This isn't like that, whereas I feel Fizzy Pop has a little bit more of that astringentness to it. That's just my opinion. The lemon lime in here, I really like this. I really am a fan of Jen's blend lemon lime ice cold ginger ale. If you've ever had that one, I have that somewhere in my collection. It's a really great one too. So this lemon lime Frosty Fizzy Bubbly, it's really good with ginger too. And she has a ginger lime oil, which it has a little bit more of a potency. I love ginger ale in my life, and I love it in wax. So I know this isn't ginger ale. I'm just talking about another blend that I know is out there, but lemon lime Frosty Fizzy Bubbly. So next, Loaves Baby Soft and Sweet That's the doorstop. Sorry, guys. Love's Baby Soft and Sweet Lavender. So Love's Baby Soft is, of course, the iconic perfume from the 80s and 90s. But I love baby powder. And I think Jen has a baby powder oil. In fact, I know she does because there was a blend a while ago. I think it was probably somebody's custom, baby powder and champagne, which I absolutely love. I don't remember if I filmed a haul for that. I have had a few hauls from L3 the last couple of months that I just haven't filmed because frankly they've been large and I just, either didn't have the time or just didn't want to film. But I'm going to try my best from here on out to film these things, especially because there's a lot of you guys still on the customs list, and if these oils don't run out before it's your time, it's fun to hear someone else describe them in case you're on the fence with some of them. What I love about this one is I love lavender. I love baby powder. And Love's Baby Soft it's a very feminine, delicate baby powder fragrance. It's got a little bit more femininity to it than just straight baby powder. And the lavender here is a sweet lavender, and it's there. This is something that I would warm at bedtime. It's very comforting. It's relaxing. It's kind of nostalgic. I had Love's Baby Soft. Remember it in the pink and white aerosol can. That's the one I got. I loved it. I used it when I was a kid. Next. This is Purple Sandalwood, Boom Boom, and Palo Santo. I believe this is one that was Miss Tam's custom, and it's been poured several times because it is a really good, unique blend. I'm not quite sure exactly what Purple Sandalwood is because I didn't even know that oil existed, and I haven't taken the time to look up the oil fragrance definition of it. But what I can tell you is it's beautiful. It's not like regular sandalwood because in this blend the Boom Boom cream is there. And it has a little, it's tough to describe, guys. This one is really tough. But if you are one of the ones who grabbed this blend over the last several times it's been offered. I mean, it's being requested again and again, so you guys are loving this, just like me. I love Boom Boom, and I've been stocking up on Boom Boom blends since Jen announced her closure, and Palo Santo too, because Jen does have my favorite Palo Santo out there, so I'm going to have to find a new supplier pretty soon for that. Next is Lord of the Mer People. I love Lord of the Mer People. I actually used it in my previous batch of customs. Lord of the Mer People roasted pine cone, and I don't remember what the rest of my blend was for that. But Lord of the Mer People is ocean mist, agave nectar, coconut milk, seagrass, citrus vetiver, and a hint of patchouli sandalwood. Complicated oil. I think this is a single oil. It's not one of the luxury resort blends. I asked because you can't use those blends in your customs. So if this was one of those ones, I didn't want to plan for it. But this one, it's a mixture of, if you've ever had sea salt a saltwater mermaid, saltwater mermaid, Aquaman. It's like they all had a baby. This is a very creamy, lush, aquatic, a little salty but more green. I love this blend because it reminds me of what King Triton would smell like if King Triton was a real person. Just a little bit of ocean saltiness, a little bit of the grass, the sea kelp or the seaweed. If it's ever washed up on shore when you're at the beach, it stinks by that time. But I imagine it has a fresh scent. I mean, we're never down in the sea to smell it, but I'm just, my imagination sometimes runs away with me a little bit. So Lord of the Mer People, if you like those types of scents, Aquaman, saltwater mermaid, saltwater princess, whatever it's called, you would like Lord of the Mer People. I'm just doing all of I have more tarts, I believe, in my box up there, but I just grabbed a bunch of things and no particular order. But I want to talk about all these tarts because I really like tarts. I cut these. This is Christmas cakes next. Miss Tam likes Christmas cakes. I cut these into 4s, and sometimes if the scent's a little lighter, on the lighter side, I might use 2 pieces in my warmer, but most of the time 1 piece suffices in my hot plates and in my tea light warmers. Currently, I'm only lighting my tea light upstairs. The one downstairs, I just am lazy and haven't taken tea lights downstairs, and I'm out of tea lights right now, so I'm really not even warming them. I have to buy some more on Amazon. I just haven't moved it up from save for later up into my cart. My save for later list has like 350 items on it, so it's kind of down there towards the bottom. Christmas cakes. Okay, this was a blend that was created for last year, 2023's advent calendar. If you were one of the ones that purchased it, I know myself, I love L3's Christmas advent calendars. I believe that she's going to be offering the Halloween and the Christmas Advents in July. That's what she has slated. She announced earlier this week that she's going to do. Pick yourself up one, guys. It's really like a little gift each day, and it's a very generous sample size. I did not do a video for last year's Advent calendar. Without going into so much rehashing things, that part of the year last year was kind of rough for me, so there were some things that I just didn't film, and by the time I got around to doing it, it was the end of January, and I didn't want to do it at that time. But Christmas cakes is one. It's sugar cookie royale, pine, and birthday cake. So if you get this one on cold, don't let it fool you. Warm this one up, because the cake just comes alive with this. A lot of us out there like pine and a birthday cake together, and I really like the creaminess the sugar cookie royale adds to this, and it blooms even more on warm. Just got to give this one a chance. I have this in a couple scoops actually. Christmas cakes is a really, really good one. I'll just say, if you happen to see this eye twitching the last week or so, this eye has been twitching pretty badly. I don't know if one of my electrolytes is off or something. It might be. But this, if you see it, it's a pain, but just thought I would say that. This next one here, I don't know if this was a request of mine or what this one was, but this is something that's right at my alley, and I actually even have a blend like this that I just submitted for my customs. This is lavender, boom boom, fresh picked strawberries, and boardwalk marshmallow clouds. I recently, the last few months, have been falling deeply in love with boardwalk marshmallow clouds. It's been there all this time, and I really wasn't crazy for it, but that's the beauty of how, each day and each year we warm fragrances, our preferences change over time. And I remember what I was really into when I first got into vendor wax, and I first discovered L3. My very first purchase from L3 was in February of 2021, and I purchased 3 scoops of Today is October 3rd. That was my very first scent, and it grew exponentially from there. Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds, it was a marshmallow perfume. It really wasn't something special to me. However, I've had it from a couple of other vendors, and once I really started getting into blends that actually had that as a component, the way that it wakes up on warm. I mean, it's pretty on cold, and once you know what it smells like, you can identify it on cold and of course when it warms up, but it adds such a grace and such a feminine touch and creaminess to a lot of blends. It can blend with fresh, it can blend with earthy, it can blend with fruit, it can blend with bakery. It's so versatile. This one here, I'm in love with lavender and strawberry and boom boom and boardwalk marshmallow clouds. So this one was a no-brainer for me. I might even have a loaf in here. Lavender, boom boom, fresh picked strawberries, boardwalk marshmallow clouds. There we go. I have a loaf too. So I only need to talk about this one time. This is such a gorgeous blend. It's just, you can smell at the front of the sniff is that fresh picked strawberries. I mean, that's a really strong oil, and it's a really good oil. Then you can smell the boom boom, the beautiful sexiness of the boom boom and how creamy it is. And then the boardwalk marshmallow clouds comes in. And I know there's some of you out there that don't really care for boardwalk marshmallow clouds, but if you're like me, maybe one day you'll fall in love with it. It's such a nice note to add to a lot of blends, especially lavender and strawberry is beautiful together, period. Boom Boom is beautiful with both of those things. Boom Boom is beautiful with everything. And the Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds, this is a beautiful, perfect summertime, perfect bedtime scent, bathroom scent, tub time, relaxation time, romance time. It's a beautiful fragrance. I think I've said that enough. Okay, this next one. Pink Chiffon, Sweet on Paris, Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds, and Beach Nights type. I think this was somebody's custom or request. Sweet on Paris was another one. It's another one that I have to thank my good friend Tam for getting me into Sweet on Paris. And that was another one that I smelled and I thought, you know, it's a little too sweet for me. And Pink Chiffon was a little too sweet for me. However, blended with Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds, which also is another sweet one, and the Beach Nights, there's two beach nights with L3. Jen has renamed their house beach nights, which is much more salty than the regular beach nights that most of us like. And most of us are used to, I should say. I can't remember what she renamed it to, but this Beach Nights type is the Bath & Body Works dupe. She had us test them out, Christy, Tam, and I, and it's about 98% to the true dupe of the Bath & Body Works, at least to my nose. So this one here, what I'm getting on cold, the Pink Chiffon and a little bit of the Sweet on Paris, they're just beautiful together. It's just a seamless blending. Everything in here, I get all these notes, except the Beach Nights really isn't all that crazy on cold, but it likes to warm up with heat. So this one here is another one of those. I'm falling more in love with these feminine blends. I really, really am. And I love this pink too. You know, I love pink. I have a couple more. This next one is a dupe of Lavender, Boom Boom, Fresh Picked Strawberries, Boardwalk Mellow Clouds. Told you I love that one. And Sweet Lavender and Sweet on Paris. So I love lavender. I'm collecting more and more lavender. I love it, and I warm it all year. This one, the lavender is dominant in this blend. The Sweet on Paris is a little bit in the background. I'm not getting too much, but this is a lavender heavy blend. If you're into that, then, you know, request this one to come back. Jen put her post up a couple days ago for requests for the next RTS on Friday. There's well over 300 comments on that thing already, I think. So put it on there. If you, now's the time, guys. If you're able to request your blends, get it on there, because there's only, you know, September will be here before we know it. Back to school time, and September 15th, I believe, is the last day. So, okay. I grabbed some, these are part of the pre-order. This past pre-order, she did samplers. Excuse me, to get my water. Excuse me. I have cotton mouth anymore from the diet that I'm doing, so excuse me for coughing. It just comes out of nowhere. That's why my water goes with me everywhere now. So, this past pre-order, the one from March, she offered Basic Betty Loaves, the big ones. Scoops, these ones. Samplers. Trigs. I think that's the only 4 things she offered. So this next bunch of trigs, there's more in my second box that I just didn't want to put into this one here, are from the pre-order from March. So I don't have any duplicates in here. I did buy multiple of these, but I put those away already. Okay, this first one, pie crust. I absolutely love pie crust. Pie crust is, this one, it is, I don't want to quite say it's salty, but it has a little bit more saltiness to it than other pie crust oils that I've smelled. But I absolutely love this blend. It's a single oil. In Pie Day back in March, all of that pie crust oil that was used, it's really good. When you want just a little something extra in the bakery world to either make it creamy or to bump up the bakery factor a little bit, my opinion is pie crust you can't go wrong with because it blends with everything. I got multiple of these because sometimes I just, if I have a really heavy fruity blend or a really heavy bakery, say for example, Sweet 16, which is a super duper heavy, rich bakery blend. I like to throw another blend in a complimentary warmer or a single oil like pie crust or something to just get that bump up the bakery to the most it can be. And I especially do that downstairs in my open concept because I find that, especially in my home when the air conditioner's on or the heater is on, it amplifies my scent. And I know some homes out there when the air current is moving through your home, it drowns out your scent. With my house, fortunately, it doesn't. And I'm explaining that because I know that some complaints in the summertime when the air is blasting or the wintertime when the heat's blasting, sometimes it can drown out some blends. And I like to really bump up as much as I can downstairs because I only have 3 warmers downstairs. And that is because I don't really have anywhere else I can put where I feel comfortable with my cat not getting into it or causing a waxident, which is a nightmare. And I don't really have a place to put a third one. That's why I have a tea light down there. So especially some stronger bakery blends, I like to just add this. That's just my preference. That's the beauty with trig tarts also. You can break off a piece or two of these. They're in this zigzag form, and just experiment with it. You might find a new love and you can create a new blend that way. So that's pie crust. Along the same lines, this one is Nilla wafers, the traditional Nilla wafers that are so good and yummy and just so versatile. This smells just like a really good vanilla cookie. I believe this oil is part of sugar cakes. I think it is. I can smell vanilla wafers when I smell sugar cakes. And if you like sugar cakes, you would like this one because it's a really creamy, rich vanilla bakery. And that's just a single oil too. Next along the lines is vanilla butter fudge. Now this one does not have chocolate in it. Somebody was talking about this. I don't remember if it was in a vendor specific group or if it was in Wax chat. I don't really remember, but somebody was talking about if there's chocolate in this. There isn't. This is a rich, creamy, it adds a lot of depth and a lot of richness and butteriness to a blend without adding chocolate and fudge like we think about. This is vanilla fudge and heavy, creamy, rich, buttery scent. This one has been used 1,000 times, but what this smells like to me is if you've ever made fudge, which I have multiple times in my life. When you're blending your butter and your sugar first, before you add in your chocolate chips or your peanut butter, butterscotch, whatever you're going to add in, marshmallow cream, etc. When you're heating up and incorporating that butter and that sugar together, that's what this smells like. That smell. And I absolutely love it because if you're trying to create a blend or you're struggling with, I need something else in a bakery blend, if you're on your customs coming up and you don't know exactly what you want, throw vanilla butter fudge in there because in my opinion, in my experience, I've warmed this hundreds of times across the board. It really gives a richness and a depth to it to where it really makes it extra decadent. So if that's what you're looking for, I would really suggest this one because it's scrumptious. I mean, this would be delicious in just a loaf by itself as a blender or even to warm alone. It's really, really good. I like that one. Next, let's see. Pink frosted animal cake. I don't remember ordering this one, but I did because it's here. This one here, pink frosted animal cookie, to me is a little light. Jen's oil is light, but I got this to blend. I didn't really get this one to warm alone, but this one, I believe this oil is part of Sweetie Pie. Sweetie Pie was poured in scoops. Jen found a bottle of one of the oils that she needs for Sweetie Pie. I think it was during Scoopapalooza that it was offered, and I think that maybe was a video that I didn't film. I don't remember, but I remember I purchased one of Sweetie Pie. This one, it smells like a I don't want to say that it smells like the brand, not Mother's, because Mother's has that thick, waxy frosting on the outside. I didn't grow up eating those. I grew up eating the animal cookies from Keebler that were the shortbread cookies with that artificial pink colored frosting on top, just a swipe of it. Hard frosting that you used to be able to get at the dollar store, which I really could go for right now. Frankly, it sounds so good. But that's what this reminds me of. Although that cookie that I'm talking about, the ones from when I was a kid, that has a little bit more of a not spice, but it's got a little bit more oomph to the cookie. But I like this one. It's very creamy and it's a nice fragrance. I just got this to blend around and play with. So the next bakery one I have here is watermelon cake, which I absolutely freaking adore. Watermelon cake. It's a single oil and it's fantastic. And I used it in a custom, not the one that they're working on right now, but the previous one, watermelon cake. It's watermelon with cake. It's buttercream frosting, creamy, rich watermelon. It's so damn good. It really, really is. I absolutely love this. If you like bakery and watermelon, give watermelon cake a try. Next is blackberry sugared violets. This is one that's kind of tough to describe, but this one, it reminds me, I haven't smelled it alone for a while. This is kind of perfumey because it does have, I mean, violets are either sweetened up like candy or they pull feminine fragrance. And with the blackberry in there, I really like this one. This is another one of Tam's favorite blends, favorite oils, I should say. She uses blackberry sugared violets, Boom Boom, and Sweet on Paris. That's her favorite blend, Cloud 9. I think that's the what she named that one. I've actually had that in my last 2 batches of customs because I love that blend too. It's perfumey. Because blackberry is perfumey, period, especially if it's not taken down the jam route or the blackberry jam butter cookies or the bakery route. So this one, it's good. It really is good. Next is spiced plum. I believe Jen has said that spiced plum is a custom oil of theirs. It's a house blend. So this one here, it's been a minute since I've smelled this one. I like this because, you know, plums, of course, are a stone fruit, and plums have that nice, that rich, dark skin and that nice, meaty flesh. I don't like that description, but it is what it is. You get that if you cut into a plum or you bite into a plum, you know, when it's plum season, and you have a little bit of spice to it. That's exactly what this smells like. This is very realistic to the fruit. It really truly is. Next one is Coco Cabana Sol de Janeiro type. This one's complicated. I don't know all the components of this one, but this one is definitely body care. If I had to describe what this smells like, if you've ever smelled exotic coconut from Bath & Body Works, which is my favorite blend that hasn't come out of the damn vault in years. I just got my Bath & Body Works coupon for the semi-annual sale that started already. Usually it starts in the middle of June. But they brought back Cucumber Melon again. They brought that thing back last year. And there's Wild Madagascar Vanilla brought back. That's a really good fragrance, guys. It's from a while ago. And I can't remember the other ones that they brought back. But this one, it smells like exotic coconut with a little bit of more warm coconut and almost like a baby touch of sunscreen to it. But this is it's sexy, it's exotic, it's island-like. This is Coco Cabana. And the last trig I got in this video is margarita. So margarita, of course, margarita is my favorite drink. I have quite a few favorite drinks, but the one that never lets me down is a good margarita. So this smells, and I got this one as a challenge because there's lime in margarita, and my husband doesn't like lime very much. But this one here, it has a very good salty component to it. You can almost smell a little bit of that tequila that's in it and some of the triple sec. You know, if you really smell the margarita, you can smell the liquors. It's summertime. It's when I was younger, I loved frozen margaritas, but now I'm over on the rocks. I love on the rocks. It's tasty that way. This smells like an on the rocks margarita. Here's my sample bag, which I will talk about last. Okay, let's get into some Loaves. Oh man. I have been out of room for months in my house. I have some UPS boxes downstairs in my basement that I need to organize. I bought a lot of organization containers to redo my basement, but May has been kind of a tough month for me, so that everything is just on the back burner right now in terms of that. So, but we'll get there. Okay, and I have Loaves and Scoops, and then this video is done, and we're at 30 minutes, so I'm glad I cut it off here. I actually have two bunts I'd like to talk about. This first one is Fizzy Pop Lemon Custard. Now, Fizzy Pop, we talked about this earlier in this video. I'm going to talk about another vendor to compare this to. If you've ever had Super Tarts, Fizzy Lifting Drink, I can thank Miss Vivian for introducing me to Fizzy Lifting Drink. It's a creamy lemon custard, lemon curd soda. It's delicious. This smells almost identical to Fizzy Lifting Drink. This has nice, rich, creamy lemon custard and that nice punch you in the nose of fizziness. I love this. This, I actually requested again, and it might even be in one of my boxes over there that I haven't really dug into, that one of my orders I'm waiting to film. There might be more in there, but I love this one. This is one I'm going to chop up pretty soon. June, last month in May, I did a melting challenge of a specific vendor, and I'm doing 2 vendors in June this month, not L3, because I've been warming a lot of L3. I'm not taking a break, but I'm making a dent in some of my other vendors out there. So in July, I might just do a hodgepodge of stuff again, like I have been doing the last couple of years, and throw some of this lemon fizzy pop in there when it's really hot. I don't like July. It's my least favorite month. It's so hot here. But this next one is Riverstone and Stormy Clouds. Not quite sure what Stormy Clouds is exactly, but I have a feeling it's kind of along the line of rainwater or something fresh and green, and I love that. And Riverstone, of course, is an oil that's very, very, very special to me because of the memories it makes me feel when I smell it. I've explained that in previous videos. Riverstone is a nice, it's creamy, it's mineral-esque, it has a freshness to it. Stormy Clouds, this is pretty heavy with Riverstone, but maybe Stormy Clouds, I've never even knew that oil existed. Maybe it is kind of along the same lines as Riverstone. It's clean and fresh. This would be beautiful for cleaning day or something where you just need to air your house out or just really get something fresh going in the air. This is a great one for that. Okay, Loaves. Amaretto, Cherries Jubilee, Almond Vanilla Pound Cake. Almond Vanilla Pound Cake Sweet Bakery Dough. This was another one of my customs that I got. I talked about this in my customs video. And this one is really good. It's the Amaretto, Cherries Jubilee, and Almond all play very well together. They're nice and strong, punch you in the nose. I liked Sweet Bakery Dough just because I really like the salty sweet that oil gives. And the Vanilla Pound Cake just was an extra rich of creaminess. So that's that one. This is Miss Tam's Blackberry Sugared Violet Sweet on Paris Boom Boom. This was another extra of my custom that I ordered. This one I've talked about several times on my channel, but it's just, you can smell the Sweet on Paris, you can smell the Boom Boom and the Blackberry Sugared Violets. This one I highly recommend. A lot of you guys out there like this blend a lot. La Lorana. This is Seaside, Cotton, Rainstorms, and Forest Air. I have seen this one over the years poured, and it sells out every time. And this was the first time I actually tried this one, and I really, really like this. This is one that, it's not like Riverstone Stormy Clouds, but it is living kind of in the cotton. The cotton can kind of put this, maybe has one foot into the laundry department, but it's not traditional laundry. It's not fabric softener. It's not laundry detergent. It's not anything like that. But the cotton has that really clean crispness to it, kind of like sheets on the line, or really really fresh, clean clothes. The Seaside has a little bit of saltiness to it. The Rainstorm. This reminds me of, if you've ever been somewhere where there's a lot of humidity and it rains really hard and really fast, then it goes away and you walk outside, and that smell that you smell, a lot of people describe that as earth or petrichor, but to me this has a little bit of that fresh, like the earth gets a drink kind of a thing, where everything just pumps up, and that's La Lorana. It's kind of tough to describe. This next one, Cookies with the Claws, is pumpkin pecan waffles. This one I have in mini scoops, and I finished a scoop up of this that I'm going to talk about in my empties video when I film it. I'm going to shoot for Monday to film it. We're going golfing tomorrow. My husband and I and a couple of his buddy and his wife, we're going tomorrow, and I'm not going to be able to film. I don't think so. So this one is such a good blend. Cookies with the Clauses is, I believe it's Santa's on keto, sugar milk, and Mrs. Claus's cookies, or it's a combination of 2 or 3 oils blended with pumpkin pecan waffles. So this one is heavy bakery, yummy, delicious, decadent. Fresh picked berries, vanilla bean Noel, zucchini bread. Can't go wrong with this one. I've been picking up some of these traditional blends just because I like, ooh, sorry I bumped the tripod. Like I talked about in the beginning of this video, I'm sad that L3 is closing, and Jen just knocks these out of the park, especially blends like this, like her strawberry blends, her lavender blends, zucchini bread. She has some of my favorite oils. I've been shopping with L3 almost every sale for the last 3.5 years, and I'm just in love. I'm in love with this wax. So this I love fresh picked strawberries. It's such a good oil. It's dominant in this blend, and then in the back sniff you get that creamy zucchini bread. This doesn't have any of the spice that some, if you melt zucchini bread by itself, sometimes it has that little punch and that little potency to it. I love that, but that is not in here. You have the creaminess of the strawberry, fresh picked strawberry, but then you also have vanilla bean Noel, which just gives a little bit of caramel vanilla to it. I really, I'm in love with this blend. In love with this blend. Okay, this next one is an extra of my custom Season of the Witch, Hay and Dirt. This one, I know I love my hay, I love my dirt. So this one, Season of the Witch, of course, is Jen's iconic fall blend of apples and leaves, Bath & Body Works type. So what I was going for with this, somebody described it beautifully when they got their order with this the first time around. And I think it was Ember. I'm not sure if it was Ember. I think it was Ember, but it might have been somebody else. She described it as Halloween time, where everything outside is spooky and damp, and you have hay rides and haunted houses and all that stuff. It smells like the dirt and the hay ride and just the smell of a barn. Not an animal barn, not manure, not any of that stuff. Just the freshness of a hayloft. I mean, I grew up with horses and cattle and hay and baling hay with my dad. June and July is hay months, and then the second cutting later in the year. And I love the smell of hay, and I just love the smell of dirt. I grew up in the country. It makes me feel comforted. Since I don't live at home anymore, I'm across the country, I have a little bit of this when I can. And I made a custom last year or the year before, I think, called Daddy's Farm. It was apples, leaves, hay, and cinnamon, and that was Daddy's Farm. And that just reminds me, even though we don't have apples at home, it just has that, it just makes me, it puts me there. So that's what I was going with this. And she described it as spooky time, hayride time. This is exactly what I was looking for. I called this blend How Can I Fall? So that's what that's that one. This next one was another custom of mine. I don't remember what I called it, but this is Love's Baby Soft, Fresh Cut Roses, and Madagascar Vanilla. I had a blend from Scandalous Cosmetics, owned by Stacy Langston. She's a bath and body company. She has a custom business now. I know I'm talking about another vendor, but I had this blend last year when she sent me how do I describe this without taking the attention away from L3? I had a custom order that Stacy made for me of these 3 oils here, and it's absolutely freaking beautiful. It's beautiful. It's baby powder. It's Madagascar Vanilla, which is a richer, more heavier I don't want to say complete vanilla, but it's not vanilla extract. It's not artificial vanilla. It's a true rich vanilla. It's a little bit more than a vanilla bean. It's more sophisticated. And then you have the roses, which I have been requesting the heck out of rose right now because I love roses. And this one, you smell the Love's Baby Soft, that soft touch of powder and the roses that are there, which are so feminine and perfect in my opinion. And then the sophisticated touch that the Madagascar Vanilla offers. This, I freaking love that blend. Oh, love that blend. Blackberry Sugared Violets, Sugar Cookie, and Sugar Cookie Dough. This is one of my customs, I think. I love Blackberry Sugared Violets. It plays very well with the perfume stuff. It plays very well with other perfumes. No, that makes sense. Plays very well with perfumes. It plays very well with fruity. Plays very well with bakery. I love Sugar Cookie Dough. It's a little bit more salty, not as sweet as Sugar Cookie Royale. And Sugar Cookie I like, but I like it really blended with Sugar Cookie Dough just because it amps up that dough factor. I even like Sweet Bakery Dough, but where I was going with this one, I really wanted to tone down and cream up that Blackberry Sugared Violets. This is a really good one. I love that. You can't go wrong with sugar cookies, in my opinion. This last one here is Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver's been selling out left and right. Can't get enough. This is Lavender Cream, Sugar Cookie Dough, and Bread. That's what this one is. It's so darn good. This one, it just, that lavender cream, which I've used in customs lately, it's such a good, it's a rich, creamy lavender. It's so good. That bread's there, that cookie is there. Dreamweaver, if you haven't been lucky enough to score it, you know, I hope you do, because this is just so damn good. So good. The last loaf I have here is Ivory, Downy Blue, and White Clouds. This is definitely an ivory blend and a laundry blend, but this one, you have to like ivory. Ivory soap, the classic ivory soap that is so nostalgic to me and so perfect. It's just, it's a beautiful fragrance. I can't smell Downy Blue and I can't smell White Clouds. I think White Clouds is also a laundry oil. I could be wrong with that. But you have to like ivory because ivory is just so dominant here. It's creamy. It's rich. My nose is running. Sorry. Hot mess expressed in this video. Woo! Ivory, Downy Blue, White Clouds. It has a cult following. It sells out every time it's offered. You have to like ivory. Ivory is beautiful too with baby powder and rose. I've had that one too. Okay, coming down to the end here. I got 2 of these Comfort Bath & Body Works type. Now Comfort was, I don't know if they still make it, but Comfort was my favorite aromatherapy blend from Bath & Body Works. It's patchouli and vanilla. That's all it is. And it's not incense, heavy, earthy patchouli. It's a sweet, creamy patchouli with vanilla. This one here, I'm going to have to warm this up because this doesn't smell like what I remember. The patchouli and the vanilla is much richer from Bath and Body Works. I have to warm this up. To me on cold, this gives, I can't even describe what this smells like. I have to warm this up, and then I will comment on this one in a future video, just because I don't want to say it smells like pink sugar, but how it, you know how pink sugar has that little bit of, it's very sweet, and it's very, it's not light, but it's very just a nice grace of it. This is a light fragrance. I need to warm this up and see how that is. Stay tuned for comfort. Next is Ozark. Ozark was a customer creation contest winner last spring, 2023. Ozark, right up my alley. This is Bonsai, which is a super, super strong oil. Bonsai, dirt, fresh cut grass, sea salt, and blue spruce. A little bit of everything. This one really smells like you're outside in the woods. It really does. You have that darkness of the blue spruce, the hay, the bonsai, the grass, just that salty sea air, not salty sea air, sea salt, where it's salty. This really, you smell like you're outside. You really do. I love that. A little bit of moss would be good in this too. Moss to really give it dampness. I know, crazy, but I love stuff like that. Dingle Hopper. Now, Dingle Hopper I have seen over the years, and I just recently bought it, and I love it. Dingle Hopper. This is so good. I know Danny likes this fragrance too. She's the reason why I actually tried this one, because I thought, she always talks about Dingle Hopper. I should try it. This is fresh tropical fruits, sugared citrus, which is Blue Volcano, which is a dupe for Volcano. I don't remember who makes that candle. So fresh tropical fruits, sugared citrus, and creamy coconut. Smells like paradise. This is Dingle Hopper. Of course, meaning the fork that Ariel combs her hair with, that Scuttle told her that the humans do. So Dingle Hopper. This smells like, it's been a minute since I've really smelled true Volcano. It's been a minute. But this creamy coconut, it's not bakery coconut. It's not sunscreen coconut. I wouldn't even call it Hawaiian coconut. It's just, it's creamy. It's rich. It goes very well with the tropical vibes. I mean, this, you could warm this and think you're in Hawaii. Think you're in the Bahamas or Aruba or somewhere like that. But Dingle Hopper, perfect for summertime. Next, Evenings in the Hamptons. This is a laundry fragrance. This is I think this is a single oil. I could be wrong, but this is a pretty laundry. It is a little, it's not traditional laundry detergent, fabric softener, fluffy towels, flannel sheets. The other one, not winter flannel, winter, my goodness, there's so many laundry oils out there. This is a pretty sophisticated, smells like linen. It smells like class. That's tough. I'm going to stop with that one. Tobacco Vanille, Tom Ford. This one is one of my favorite ones. I didn't know they had this oil, honestly, till I saw this. But this is true. This smells just like the real thing. This is tobacco, sophisticated, rich. I don't want to say it's Madagascar vanilla, because Tom Ford he has such complex fragrances. It is, try it and smell it if you haven't smelled it already. It's so good. It blends like a dream too. This next one is Rainwater, Blackberry, and Chocolate Orchid. This was a blend that I think Tam had from another vendor that she wanted Jen to offer too. So she requested this one. And Chocolate Orchid it's tough to describe. It is a floral, but it has a little bit of hints of chocolate to it. And don't think chocolate like a cake or bakery chocolate. It's not like that. It's true chocolate that doesn't really have a sweetness to it, but it's floral at the same time. It's very tough to describe, at least for me. The blackberry and the rainwater. This is it's a beautiful fragrance. This one is going to be strong, I can tell, just because of just opening up this lid. I can't describe this one. It's just, it's You wouldn't think to put these together, but it works. And finally, I have a second dingle hopper because I had to get 2 dingle hoppers. I'm going to be warming that throughout the summer. I know I am. So wrap this video up in less than an hour. That's what I wanted. Let's see what I have in here. I have Christmas at the Beach. I have 2 in here. Christmas at the Beach. This one, I'm going to have to request this one again because I've had this before and it's gorgeous. It really is. It has a little bit of pine to it, but I don't remember the notes of this, but I'm going to have to request this again because it's just, it's pine, but it's a little tropical. I know it's weird, but I've got to request that one again. Cheesecake, vanilla ice cream, cupcakes at Tiffany's, and sugar cookie dough. So this one, I don't do a lot of cheesecake blends, so I'm interested to see what my nose picks up on this one. I'm picking up on this, the vanilla ice cream and the sugar cookie dough. The cheesecake, I'm not even getting some of that creamy, or I get sour when I get some cheesecake oils. This is vanilla ice cream, rich, heavy cookie. I'm not even getting cupcakes at Tiffany's, but I'm interested to see how this one warms. I'll put this either in my tea light in my spare bathroom or in my master bath to see how it does. So Christmas at the Beach, I need more of that one. So okay, that's this segment of my UPS orders. We'll call it that. Stay tuned when I film my second installment and maybe a third of my L3 stuff. So hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your weekend, and I'll see you soon.